Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 832 and Doubleshot number 728. I got two Marvel trades, both of them Ollies. I got for about $4 or $5 a piece. First up it is The Death of Wolverine, the Weapon X program. Yeah, this trade collects the initial 5-issue miniseries of the title, and of course, Life of the Logan one-shot. The Weapon X program, written by Charles Shaw. Yeah, Charles Shaw's the writer, and he writes just the miniseries but the one shot Life of the Logan. This is done by several different writers. You have the first story, You, done by Jeff Loveless. The second story, in his honor, Joshua Hale Faulkner, who's also noteworthy writer of I, Vampire. A Little Piece of You by Rex Ugly. And that's it, with Salvador Roca doing the cover art for that one shot. But each individual story for Life After Logan is done by various different artists. You is the artist that was Mario Del Patino. In his honor, the artist is Ivan Carlito. And a little piece is Patrick Strykerberger. The Weapon X program. It simply put, it follows the experiments that first showed up in the last issue of the original Death of Wolverine miniseries, and explores what happened to them after the events in the miniseries. After that miniseries, this does lead into the weekly series, The Wolverines, which was never finished telling its story because Secret Wars cut it off. Yeah, they try to figure out exactly who they try to figure who they are. And there is one familiar character who pops up in this miniseries, and that's Sabretooth. Yep, Sabretooth. He shows up about halfway through the miniseries, kind of explaining about one character who is the character Sharp. Yeah, that's one of the characters in here. There's a character called Nero, who's, in a way, Marvel's version of the character Simon from DC Comics, a character created by my Wolverine, George Perez. Those are who Simon is. He's the telepath. He's a telepathic villain who's a founding member of the Fearsome Five. Yep. Now, the character Sharp has Wolverine's face. The miniseries doesn't bother to explain it, and he first goes by Sharp, wears a gas mask, and then later on he modifies his mask later on, and by the end of the series, he gets possessed by the character Ogun, who is an old enemy of Wolverine, and those who are curious of when the heck this guy first showed up, he first showed up in the Wolverine Shadowcat miniseries from the 80s. And he didn't return again to actually just recently. And he transformed Sharp into Shogun, where he put on this red mask. Yep. Which this character did show up in the Logan Legacy miniseries. Yeah. This is Sharp. That's Sharp as Shogun. Yep, and he goes by this name. He goes by this name the rest of the time. And here's something weird, though. By the next miniseries, with the exception of Sharp, all these subjects turn on Sharp and become bad guys for no explained reason. Though it's Charles Shaw, mind you. The first story, You, that's all about Cyclops, of his reaction to Wolverine's death. That's simply put what the story is. It's him remembering Wolverine and, of course, reacting to his death. And, of course, having a beer on him. The next story, in his honor, this is basically a story focused on Nightcrawler and Colossus. Who go to Japan to do stuff. But it's their reaction to, basically, Wolverine's death. It's a really damn good story. The next one is all about the character Armor. Yeah, this character was a creation of Josh Whedon and John Cassidy. Yeah, she's been a recurring character. And she was in heavily part. This is part of the Little Piece of You storyline, where she fights illusions of Mystique, Sabretooth, Silver Samurai, and Viper. I should point out, though, of these four characters, Silver Samurai's dead. Yeah, this guy is dead. This guy right here. Where is he? That's him. Yeah, he's actually dead. He got killed by Jason Aaron back in, I believe it was 2011. It was the start of the relaunch of Wolverine, when Wolverine, the whole thing of Wolverine Goes to Hell thing. Yeah, he wrote that, and That simply put, what happened to him, he got killed by a group of ninjas at his home, and then his illegitimate son took up his role as the Silver Samurai. hmm And of course, Armor is basically Wolverine with Helion at the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. Yeah, this is what it was called at that point. Now it's back called the Xavier Institute. Yeah, the one shot's really good. So is this miniseries. In the case of who the heck Sharp is, I don't remember if they ever fully explored this character, but as far as I can tell, he's an interesting character. I'm sure a lot of people would love to explore him and a lot of the other characters, but nope, couldn't bother to do that because of Secret Wars basically getting in the way. Yeah, Wolverine's basically was was supposed to be exploration, but that got roughly cut off of 20 issues, which I'm sure a lot of people were very unhappy with that. Though the series was weekly, but oh yeah, I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. I love the miniseries. But the problem with Wolverines is the fact it lasts for 20 issues, and here's the thing. Because of weekly, Marvel just could not lower the price tag on these issues. Yeah, when DC did weekly series, they charged $2.99 per issue. Marvel, for their first ever weekly series, and they charged regular cover price of $3.99. Not a joke there. They seriously did. Yep, they seriously did. One of the biggest complaints about Marvel is their ridiculous the fact that all their comics cost $3.99. And so you tell them wonder though, why can't Marvel lower their price tag on their damn books? Honestly, I have no idea why. DC has books sell for $2.99, and they're selling really well. Marvel just the reason why they charge $3.99 is they're greedy. That's the way they are, but at least they tell good stories. And this is a good story, and Show knows what he's doing. But I kind of wish they would explore these characters a little bit more, but it's a fantastic little mini-series. Just too bad that one particular person didn't bother to review it. He reviewed the Logan Legacy mini-series, which he dropped after the Sabretooth issue. Yeah. But me, love this thing. I know that Mike Spireslayer reviewed this mini-series, and he actually really enjoyed it. I know the thing only came out just a few years ago, but yeah, it's really good. Next up, it is a series I never thought I would cover on this channel. But it's an Avengers title. But I do agree, when the song got abruptly canceled at 10 issues, I was like, really? 10? That's it? What series is this? Avengers Undercover. Yep, the series that got chastised before the series even came out. It's about basically having the survivors of the Avengers Arena series turn villains. Only one actually does by the end. Yep. Though it does follow up what happened with the Masters of... Now, the main antagonists of this series are the Masters that were assembled by Rick Remender. Yes, seriously. Well, because Max Fury died, so who took up the leadership of the Masters of Evil? Why, Baron Zemo did. Why not? He's led about 3 incarnations before this one, so why the heck not? This trade collects the first 5 issues of this short-lived series, written by Dennis Hopeless, artwork by Kev Walker, and I think the other is Timothy Green, right? Yeah, and Timothy Green the second, who actually is issue 3. Kev Walker does most of the issues in the series. The cast for the title are Hazmat of the Avengers Academy series, Chase Nuko of Runaways, Deathlock, who was actually an original character created for Avengers Arena, who, yeah, she becomes a fan favorite in this series. Cammy, who's actually a character first debuted back in 2004 in the miniseries Drax. Yep. And I will tell exactly what happened to these characters when I talk about the next trade. Anachronism and Bloodstone. The thing about Anachronism, he was a character like Deathlocket who showed her first appeared in the Avengers Arena series. Bloodstone is the brother of Alyssa Bloodstone and the son of Ulysses Bloodstone, the famous monster hunter who died back in the 70s. Oh yeah, and here's the thing about this character, Colin Bloodstone. He's gay. Yeah, he's gay. He has a thing for Anachronism. He's in love with him for some reason. Yeah, though Anachronism himself basically later on develops at the end of the series a relationship with Hazmat. Yeah, and Hazmat, when she first showed up, she actually wore a Hazmat suit. Later on, she actually was able to get out of the Hazmat suit and actually able to function perfectly fine. Yeah, so the story for this series is that it takes place roughly 6 months after the events of Avengers Arena. And the survivors have become celebrities because, well, they survive a death match. And here's the thing. Apparently, it's revealed in issue 1 that apparently the survivors, actually made a deal they would never speak of it. But then just basically Charlie, what's his name? Chase Sheen decides to break that and publish a book about it. But Charles Sheen basically, Chase basically, Nico shows up at an interview, a live interview. She says, "You broke the deal. You broke the promise." Technically, and he pointed out though, Arcade was the one who basically broke. Arcade's the reason why I did this, because he leaked the videos. Yes, the videos of the entire Avengers Arena stuff. Yep. And so basically, the character Bloodstone decides to go to, what's the name of the country? I think it's let's see. It's actually a country that's actually ruled by villains. No, seriously, I'm not kidding. It seriously is ruled by villains. I think it's known as Bardogdia, I think it's called. Yeah. It's a very strange name. Let's see if I can try to find it here. I'm trying to find it here. Let's see. Bagalia. Yep. An island country ruled by supervillains. Yeah, seriously. Oh yeah, there's no law in this country, but yet it was revealed in a later series that Taskmaster became the country's sheriff. Not kidding about that. And apparently, this country is the perfect base of operations for the Masters of Evil. Yep, the Masters of Evil. So basically, the group of kids, the survivors, well, a small handful of them, go to this country to get back Bloodstone. Bloodstone is there for one purpose and one purpose only: to kill Arcade. They kill him off by issue 3, but it's revealed, nope, he's not dead, he's alive. Plus, they do something completely unexpected. Dennis Hopeless does something really weird. Because he takes Nico under his wing, sort of like teaches him dark magic. He does something completely unexpected. I think it happens in this trade, if I'm mistaken. Also, Deathlock gets a boyfriend in this guy called Elevator. And those who are curious, what does Damien Hellstrom do? He resurrects Alex Walker. Yep, a guy who's been dead since the end of the first volume of Runaways back in 2004. Yeah, this character was dead for 10 years. Yes, for 10 years this character was dead, and Dennis Hopeless just resurrected him. Because why not? At least he didn't retcon his death. Thank God I didn't do that, because even Dennis Hopper knows not to use the DeathCon thing to bring character back. Oh no, he has the character use magic to bring it back. Oh yeah, and he's evil. Yep. And I will explain what happens to him after the events when I talk about the next volume, next episode. But yeah, this of course was really good. I love the exploration of. Oh yeah, and also point out though, the Elevator is actually a part of a group of villains known as the Young Masters. They have just become part of the actual Masters have become a subgroup of theirs. Yep. But it's great to see a book all about villains. Yeah. Too bad that Marvel didn't do any cons like this again. And also too bad the series got canceled after only 10 issues. And I gotta say, the series has actually got a little more better reception than Avengers Arena did, which got chastised for basically being a Hunger Games ripoff. I actually thought this was really good. Great miniseries, great writing, great writing by Dennis Hopeless, I love the artwork by Kev Walker and Tim Green II. Really good. Give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Plus, even explore some stuff related to other characters. Now, Deathlock is a female Deathlock. Yeah, she first showed up in the previous Avengers Arena series. She looked like she was a little girl, and then by the time of this series, apparently she's aged. And then by the end of the series, apparently it looks like about a year had passed by. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll talk about the second volume for this series and one volume of another Avengers series that actually started the same year as this thing did. No, seriously, it did. As a matter of fact, the Avengers Arena series is actually referenced in this title. Yep. But until I see you in the next review, bye.